you haven't watched it, watch our last video, may go up after this, but who knows.
We'll see.
Where we drove through this morning and most of this afternoon, we drove through some
chronic dust.
Horrendous
dust.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we thought we would have a look and blow out the air filter. But it wasn't quite as straightforward as we thought, being idiots. Obviously, we've not done this on the Panda, but because it's tricky, we thought we'd film it.
Yes, we would, because all our other vehicles, like mine, Mitsubishi, you just unclip it and pop it out, and that's it.
I mean,
just 3 clips and it's out.
Yeah, in fact, every car we've ever owned, it's just a couple of clips to put the air filter in. But we were looking for the air filter, and obviously,
it's in there.
It's in there.
This piece of plastic here is the air filter.
So we're led to believe there's 2 10mm bolts here.
A bracket with a 10mm bolt,
which we lift off here, and this part goes to the turbo, which has got this weird metal clip. So we'll zoom in on that and then we'll show you how to get that off. Right, so let's quickly waz these bolts out. They're dry old things, aren't they?
They are. Right, so those 3 10mm bolts are removed.
Standard sound of Reg. Come in and have a little look.
Yeah. And now,
if any of you don't understand CAT, that Reg is just saying, what are you 2 idiots doing now?
Yes. Now here you can see this is a special type of clamp, and my dad actually bought a kit a couple of months ago now.
Bang
and,
good.
Yeah, and it had the correct pliers in. So here are the pliers, you can see, funny little end there, and we're led to believe that slots underneath, and then it just pulls together and lifts off. So,
and it lifts that way.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
So getting that sort of under is the key.
You wouldn't do it without the tool, though, would you?
No, you wouldn't. So a little snap and pull, but there we go, just like that.
And lots of dust.
Lots of dust, no surprise. Okay, so now that the clip's off, that should sort of just stay loose, and we don't have to worry about it. And there's a small bracket which is just locked in with a bit of metal there.
Lifts off.
Which lifts off.
He's out the way.
Yeah, and
so we've got to pull him off.
In theory, this is the only thing holding it on now. Which
I would imagine he's going to be tough.
You can't twist it 'cause it's got a centrally locking piece, but getting it off hand space is a problem.
What about lifting him off first and pulling it?
Yeah, I think maybe he's... sorry, I think that meets, and it's got 2 grooves in this, and it locks it in. So hang on.
Oh no.
Oh no. There we go. Right, now I think if we can move this.
Okay, I've got him.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, and there is a small piece of, I'll show it to you in a second, that locks it in place at the back. Right, that is 90% off. It's just the, there we go.
There we are.
Right, so on the back you can see there's a locating bung which is actually greased, which slots into there. And that's the air filter. Right, so this is the underside of the air filter, and as you can see, this sort of box here is where it comes in, and it goes through the filter, which is lined inside here.
This is some sort of weird foam
This
stuff.
must be sound deadening gear. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7mm bolts. So we've got to take all them off. Typical CAT, up he comes. So we'll just have all these off.
Rich, what do you think? Rich. Okay. He's not interested.
No. Right, and there we are. All the bolts are off, so he should just lift off there like so. Be careful not to lose your bolts. And
that's a factory, how it comes from the factory.
A factory defect. It's been clamped in a bit of a awkward position.
I've done the job though.
Yeah, let's have a look at the condition of it.
Let's
have a look.
7,000 kilometres, but a good 1,000 and a bit off-road and today's dusty effort. So I think we will, I was good thinking of blowing it out, but I think that one will be changed.
Right, so here's our nice new air filter. There we are, looks lovely. And we'll just slide that in, like the other one was. Just like so. And it's exactly the reverse order. Happy with that?
I'm delirious.
Yep. First job is to get that inside the bung there. I've got the eyes.
You've got the eyes.
Yeah. Right, if you could do that
and
pipe.
The youth.
Yes. There we go, that's in.
He's in and out the way.
Okie dokie, we will bring this up. Now this pipe, of course, we've got to just reconnect, so that's a push, and you can see a small tab there which this groove slots into, so you get it in the correct orientation. Which just pops in like so, and it can't go any further. And we'll just bring the clamp up onto the top there.
Right, I've given those a quick spray of WD because they just look all very dry.
Okay, so those 3 bolts go back in. Hello, Reg. And on this, I've heard that it's quite delicate. You don't want to over tighten those.
I don't want to go in.
No?
Oh, we're in. Well, I think we're in.
In?
Not, or was that a crossy?
If you have a look, I think you can see, look, big golden.
I can see the big golden, didn't mean I could hit it.
Oh, unless now it goes the other way.
Does it?
I don't know.
That'd be too clever, wouldn't it?
It didn't go on.
Can't do go.
Oh, it does. That's very smart.
That's very clever.
Okay, so you just switch the way.
Well worked out, sir.
Switch the way of the pliers, because if it slots in there like it did the before, it was so tight it didn't have any space to lock in. But if you turn it the other way around, it locks in.
Show those.
There we are.
That's well spot. I'd have been there for hours poking around with them.
Right. Okay, and the final bit is just the tightening of the bolts. Just snug them up.
In essence, fairly straightforward, but the fiddliest one we've seen.
Yes.
And nothing needs to be very tight, does it?
No. There we are.
So,
back in place.
Dirtiest engine I've ever had.
For its age, by far. Yeah.
Even ignoring that, it's still the dirtiest engine I've ever had.
Right. Well, that actually went surprisingly well, didn't it? It's very simple once you know how to do it.
Yes.
Because obviously us looking at it first, we didn't really twig that it was quite so complex really, but once you've done it, it's quite easy.
But you need a tool. So if you're thinking of doing it, that's the way. I mean, that's the set that I got.
Shall I show it?
Show the set.
Hang on, I'll put the pliers in the set. It's been quite handy actually, this set.
It's been very handy, and don't hold me to this, but I think I paid about 25 euros, and it was bang good.
So it's actually been really handy for us.
It has, because it's these ones are these reach in and get
in smaller places that your hands can't get. No, we've used it on my truck a couple of times.
Yes, we have.
But no, really good purchase. But if you're thinking of doing it, you do need the tool.
Yeah, there's no way. I think you'd butcher that if you tried normal.
And it looks like quite an annoying clip to try and find again. So didn't want to break it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you.
One day I'll change all of my wicked ways, and happiness will start to make sense. Happiness will start to make